bend and go tell your friend. How we come back with the latest trend. Girls whining, man Jonesing again. Whining, man Jones.
The first crop over costume was a scarecrow. Stuffed with sugarcane trash, they paraded it through the mill yard. Then they burned it. That was Barbados, the late 1700s, enslaved workers marking the end of the harvest. 240 years later, that same procession looks like this. Rihanna, Grand Kadooment. And everyone posted the feathers. Almost nobody knows what they're actually looking at. So let me show you. Western media called it a celebrity costume. It's the exact opposite. This is frontline mass, engineered, structural, built by a self-taught designer who welds. And Rihanna isn't the star of this event. She's a participant in something 200 years older than her. So here's the history, the designer, and why this beats couture.
Barbados and everybody in the world, ladies and gentlemen, roll out the red carpet for the #1 stunner, Lauren Austin, in the building.
Late 1700s, Barbados is the largest sugar producer on Earth, over 500 plantations. And at the end of every harvest, enslaved Africans marked the crop's end with music, dance, and feasting, a rare moment of release inside brutal conditions. It fused the African Yam Festival with the British Harvest Home. Mill yards became ritual spaces. Estates crowned a king and queen of the crop, still crowned today, still based on cane cut. And then there was Mr. Harding, a figure built from cane waste, stuffed into a coat and pants, paraded through the yard, then burned. Hardship, ending. That same circling procession? It's exactly what Grand Kadooment bands walk today. 1943, sugar collapsed and it died. 1974, Barbadians brought it back. Now watch her evolution. 2011, a small red look, before the world was paying attention. 2013, her first Lauren Austin design. That partnership starts here. 2017, Austin sends sketches, Rihanna picks one, and the final costume is finished in a single day. One day. 2018, bejeweled bikini, turquoise wig, forehead gems, and white sneakers. 2019, bubblegum feathers, bantu knots, rhinestoned green eyeliner, and a mango in her hand. 2024, her first return after 2 pregnancies. Gold swirls, huge pink-orange wings, gold leaf heels. Then 2026, the biggest build yet. And the heels? Gone. Flats, that's the whole arc, swimwear and feathers, to full architectural engineering. So who actually builds these? Meet Lauren Austin. Trinidad-born, Barbados-based, and entirely self-taught. She moved to Barbados in 2010 after marrying a Barbadian cricketer and built her business from nothing. The 4 costumes? Hair, makeup, nails, then advanced training back in Trinidad. Her words, I had known from very young what I wanted to accomplish. 2012, she meets Rihanna through Matthew Ashby and Rihanna's brother, Rory Fenty. She's designing for her by 2013. And her actual title isn't stylist. She's co-founder, director, and head designer of Aura Experience, a band principal. Her client list now runs through Rihanna, Miguel, Beanie Man, and this year, Spice hears how it actually gets built. The work starts in August, the month after the parade ends. Austin and co-director Matthew Ashby lock next year's themes first. September, she flies to New York to source materials for 6 to 7 band sections. Prototypes go to a production company for mass production. By May, they're on sale, $450 up to $3,000. And then there's the line that changes everything. I usually provide her with the section options for the band theme, and she usually chooses the one she likes best. Rihanna picks from a menu. She doesn't commission a one-off. Her 2026 piece came from Aura's Watch the Throne section, sold to the public. So let's settle it. Red carpet, 1 gown, 1 wearer. Borrowed, returned, worn for 2 hours standing still. Carnival, engineered to be replicated across a whole section. Designed to be shared. And underneath every feather is wire bending, the backbone of mass. Because there's no float. The body carries the whole thing. Which means a designer here doesn't just sew. She welds. A Barbadian wirebender put it best, wire is probably the only material that could give you a 45-degree angle and not move. You can't do that with fiberglass. Even the fabric is functional, mesh and stretch, chosen for heat and 12 hours of movement. Frontline gets the massive wireframe backpack, Backline gets the lighter version. That's why the flats. Function wrote the design. But here's the uncomfortable part under all that glitter. Wirebending is a dying art. Veteran mass makers with 30-plus years now run workshops just to keep the skill alive. And most wirebenders? No formal training at all. They solve real engineering problems by hand. The pressure is mass production, profit margins pulling mass away from its craft roots. One Barbadian wire bender's warning: Carnival is changing, but you have to draw the line somewhere. These are the people whose names never appear in a single viral post. And every photo the internet loses its mind over rests on a skill with fewer practitioners every single year. So what does one global face actually do? The Central Bank of Barbados credits the Crop Over revival with an estimated 4.4% of economic growth in 2023, just over 1% of an $8 billion economy. For scale, Trinidad's Carnival is 4 to 6% of its GDP. Barbados is leaving room on the table. Historically, a National Cultural Foundation study put the festival near $78 million Barbados dollars in 2007, up from $55 million in 2001. And who gets paid? Costume makers, designers, food vendors, drivers, hotels, artisans. When Crop Over was canceled, losses hit every one of those sectors. Rihanna is a Barbados national hero who picks local over European luxury houses every single time. But here's the question nobody answers. She's not the star of Crop Over. She's its most famous participant. 240 years of history, a 12-month build, a self-taught designer who welds, and a pair of flat shoes. So which look wins? 2017, 2019, 2024, or 2026? Drop your pick below. And subscribe to Loyal Luxury for the fashion stories nobody else tells.